class. This week I'm going to read you the story Peter's Chair by Ezra Jack Keats. But before we read the story, we're going to go over the vocabulary words so that you can understand the story a little better. So we're going to start with our first word is assist.
To assist someone is to help them.
Our next word is reliable.
Reliable people or things can be trusted to behave or work well.
The next word is organize.
When you organize something, you put it in a neat, tidy order.
Member.
A member is someone who belongs to a group of people, such as a team, club, or family.
Contribute.
To contribute is to give something or help someone.
Chores.
Chores are jobs you do to help at home.
And accomplish.
When you accomplish something, you complete it or carry it out.
Now I can read you the story, Peter's Chair.
Peter's Chair by Ezra Jack Keats. Peter stretched as high as he could. There! His tall building was finished. Crash! Down it came. Shh! Called his mother. You'll have to play more quietly. Remember, we have a new baby in the house. Peter looked into his sister Susie's room. His mother was fussing around the cradle. That's my cradle, he thought. And they painted it pink? Hi, Peter, said his father. Would you like to help paint Sister's high chair? It's my high chair, whispered Peter. He saw his crib and muttered, My crib! It's painted pink too! Not far away stood his old chair. They didn't paint that yet, Peter shouted. He picked it up and ran to his room. Let's run away, Willie, he said. Peter filled a shopping bag with cookies and dog biscuits. We'll take my blue chair, my toy crocodile, and the picture of me when I was a baby. Willie got his bone. They went outside and stood in front of his house. This is a good place, said Peter. He arranged his things very nicely and decided to sit in his chair for a while. But he couldn't fit in the chair. It was too big. His mother came to the window and called, Won't you come back to us, Peter dear? We have something very special for lunch. Peter and Willie made believe they didn't hear, but Peter got an idea. Soon his mother saw signs that Peter was home. That rascal is hiding behind the curtain, she said happily. She moved the curtain away, but he wasn't there. Here I am, shouted Peter. Peter sat in a grown-up chair. His father sat next to him. Daddy, said Peter, let's paint the little chair pink for Susie. And they did. Now here are some questions you could answer about our story. What happened to Peter's old cradle, high chair, and crib? How does Peter feel about having a new baby in the house? What do Peter and his dog Willie do with his things? And lastly, why doesn't Peter fit in his old chair? What does he decide to do with the chair at the end of the story?
Now that we're done reading the story Peter's Chair, I want you to think about what the story was about. Who was the main character? That means, who was the story about? Hint, hint, it's in the title, Peter's Chair. So Peter was our main character. And also think about, what was the setting of the story? Where did it take place? If you said at his house, you got it right. And what was the problem and solution? What was the problem in the story? If you think about in our whole story, how was Peter feeling? He was feeling jealous. He was feeling sad that his little new baby sister was getting all the attention and that they were changing his old things for his little sister to use. Does the story have a solution? And yes, it does. At the end of the story, Peter changes his mind about how he feels about his little sister taking his old things. He realizes that he was much too old for the chair and a lot of those things that he's not going to use anymore. And he decided to share with his sister, which they had a very happy ending. So some of you know what that's like. Some of you are big brothers or sisters, and you know what it's like to have to share with them. And some of you are the youngest, so your older brothers or sisters have to share with you. And some of you might be an only child, which means you don't have to worry about that at all just yet. So friends, remember, sharing is caring, and especially if you're not going to use something anymore, it's such a nice idea to share and be kind to others.
Great job! See you later.